Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 75 of Let's Platinum Dark Souls Remastered. Alright, I did actually remember one more thing that we need to do. Let me just check this. Okay, we need to go back to the Daughter of Chaos bonfire, and we need to actually join the Chaos Servant Covenant again. Now, I'm going to be very curious here to see what happens when I do this, because I have a feeling that this might not be as easy as I hope it to be. So we're going to go here, enter Covenant. Yes, so we're currently in the path of the dragon. It doesn't really matter. We want to go back to Chaos Servant, and let me have a look here. Ah, I knew it. Okay, damn, that sucks. Alright, for some reason, and I'm not sure exactly what this reason is, but for some reason, when you leave the Covenant, and this might be the case for all of them, but it looks like it's definitely the case for Chaos Servant, you lose rank. So in order to get Chaos 7 plus 1, you need to offer 10 humanity. In order to get Chaos 7 plus 2, you need to offer 30 humanity. So currently I'm Chaos 7 plus 1, which means I've offered at least 10 humanity. So now I need to offer the extra 20 to get back to Chaos 7 plus 2. And there's a very specific reason that I want to do that. So I'm going to do that. Let's see, that'll give me 12. So I'll just use all of it, and then that'll put me on 25. And then I will use another 5. Oh, freaking hell, I'm so stupid. Oh god, why can't I never get that right now. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Alright, I only needed 20. I don't know why I did that. Doesn't matter. So, rank, yeah, Covenant Allegiance deepened, rank gained. So now we're back on rank plus 2. Perfect, that's exactly what we want. And I believe with that, that is everything that we need to do in new game. Technically, I could go farm the Dark Wraiths and get a rare Titanite slab drop in order to upgrade my crystal weapon. It's not important. I can just get an extra Titanite slab from facing off against the Stray Demon in the Undead Asylum in New Game Plus. So let's go finish this game. Now the other thing is, can I 43 would be 87. Okay, so still not, but I'm gonna upgrade my my endurance a little bit more.
I'm fine. Well and wide awake. Not treat me like an old withering snake.
He's so funny. Alright.
Pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
Yeah, I need to finish the game.
Very well. Then stay still for a moment.
Okay, I think we've seen this cutscene, so I'm just going to skip it. And skip that one. Alright, here we go. Firelink Altar. We used this one last time. I know I said I was going to get some more Homeward Bones, but 16 should suffice, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so I hope I've done everything correctly. Oh, and there is one thing I just remembered. It's kind of okay that I ended up using extra humanity, but I only needed one more. You want to reverse your hollowing and be human, because we want to summon Soul Air for the final boss fight. It's not mandatory. You don't need to do it for the platinum, but trust me, Gwyn will be a hell of a lot easier if you summon Soul Air. Even normally Gwyn isn't that difficult. I think, yeah, if memory serves correctly, and I'm pretty sure I'm right here, Epic Name Bro was a guy, a YouTuber who I watched many years ago playing this game, and he showed off, I'm pretty sure he showed off like a fight between himself and Gwyn, where he used nothing but the like broken straight sword or whatever it was to defeat him, and basically he just beat him using, of course I get a Black Knight sword now. He beat him using nothing but parries. Like, he was showing that, you could just beat him with parries, and he was making, like, I guess an allegory to life, and saying that, like, even though something seems like it's really hard, sometimes there are ways around it. And it was really cool. I remember really loving his videos back in the day. I haven't really watched too much more, but I'm sure he's still doing great content. Of course. Can we get a Black Knight sword, a Black Knight great axe, and a Black Knight halberd all in a row from fighting these guys? That would be hilarious. Oh gosh. So we're finally finishing new game. You know what? I am very surprised that this ended up taking as long as it did. Like, I realized that the episodes are a little bit shorter than like they're mostly 20 minutes. Then compared to something like I did with Bloodborne. Nice, that was well timed. Come on. Oh my god, we're on the way. Come on, let's do it. Hang on a sec. So Solaire's summon sign is there. I'm gonna grab it right after I kill the Black Knights because I don't want him losing any health. I kind of want him to survive this fight. He should, like, there's almost no reason why he should die in this fight. But I really don't want to risk it. Yeah, I realized that sort of like when it came to Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 in particular, I made like 25. In fact, a lot of my content was 25 minutes. So I reduced it. Fail. I reduced it to 20 minutes for this one, but still, I'm surprised that we got up to 75 episodes. I'm hoping that I can get it under 100, and I don't see why not. I have a feeling New Game Plus will take about, whoa, probably 10 episodes if I do it really well, but we'll see. Oh, missed by one. If I had the Black Knight Great Axe there, I would have got the whole thing. Okay, well that's fine. Alright, so now we're going to get Solaire, and we're going to finish the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is good. What am I... Oh, I'm wearing the armor. That's why. Okay, let's summon Solaire. Knight Solaire. I was wondering, because my gear setup on my other playthrough is different. I've got the Guardian Helm, the Robe of the Channelers, the Guardian gloves, and the Guardian leggings very recently. It took 59 endurance to actually get that going, so it took me a lot. I'm like level 120 something, so I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that high. I did everything a lot more efficiently in this one, and even though I died, a lot of times I think I lost a bunch of souls on my practice playthrough, not so many here. Is there anything here? I always like to check around. What does this bit remind me of? I think it reminds me of that bit in Dark Souls 2. I can't remember. It's in the, what's the name of that place? It has the weird name. I can't remember. It's where that bird takes you. Oh, okay, where are we up to? I thought there was a cutscene. Alright, so the whole thing is trying to do parries. Nice! That was a good parry. So do parries and then just avoid his attacks. Now, something like, I don't understand Dark Souls lore because I don't have time to go through it, but he fights really similarly to the Soul of Cinder in Dark Souls 3, and so many people say, oh, you know, like Dark Souls 1 and 3 are basically the same game. There we go, another parry. Basically the same game, so I guess there's some relation between him and the Soul of Cinder, whether it's him or that. Someone was saying something about how, like, Gwyn is like he looks like such a legendary boss and all that, but he's basically just a scared child who was afraid of the dark. Alright, and Solaire got the final hit there. What an ending. He's not a very strong boss, but I love the way that he's placed there. And we get one final sunlight medal and some humanity as well. I think we get it when we light the fire. I'm going to link the flame. That's one of the endings. Just want to have a quick look around this arena. I've never really gone out of my way to look around. Okay, there's nothing. It's an amazing final area. It really, like, they got the like the feeling right, the ambience. All right, let's link the fire. What a long journey we've been on. "75 episodes to get from the beginning to the end in a 100% fashion." Well, we finally did it. I'm on fire! Flame on! to Link the Fire. Dark Souls Remastered. Alright, that takes care of playthrough 1. Alright, I'll probably end up skipping this in a little bit, but I thought I'd take a minute to talk about the game, like I often like to do. Wow, look at those names, man. Sentkowski, sorry. Venstrom. Surdikowski. I can't even pronounce that one. Skrypczypczynski. Wow. Okay, so it's Dark Souls. It's a great game, all around overall. When it comes to the series as a whole, I've talked about my feelings when it comes to, you know, which ones I like the most and which ones I like the least. And probably my order of the ones that I like the most would go from, I like Bloodborne the most, which is really saying something because it, you know, they kind of had Demon Souls, then they kind of refined it to Dark Souls, and then they took a slight different, like, development process and made Bloodborne, which is, it feels the same, but it feels completely different at the same time, which I think is very difficult to do. So Bloodborne is my favorite, quickly followed by Demon Souls, because I feel like I like the charm of that game a lot more. It's extremely confusing, but I just like the feeling of it a lot more. It's like, if I was to play it, if they ever remaster it, and obviously if they do, I'll do a Let's Platinum on it, but if they ever remaster it and it stays the same as like what they did with this, where essentially Dark Souls, they kept all the, you know, the clunky stuff in to remember and make sure that we're playing Dark Souls and not Dark Souls 2 or not Dark Souls 3. If they do it for Demon Souls, I'm sure I'm gonna get frustrated, I'm sure I'm gonna hate it, but I know that, like, overall I love the gameplay of it, and it's still one of my favorites. So for me, it goes Bloodborne, Demon Souls, and those are the two hardest to kind of like place. Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, and Dark Souls 2. That's from the games that I love the most to the games that I love the least. Now, that's not saying that Dark Souls 2 or 1 are bad games, it's just that I prefer 3, Demon Souls, and Bloodborne over them. As far as this game goes, when it first came out, like back in the day, it was fantastic. I remember playing it for probably several months and really, really enjoying it and just trying to beat the game. And I think at some point, I can't remember where or in what video, I'm pretty sure I said that it required like 4 playthroughs. I think the only reason I said that is because I think I had to end up doing 4 playthroughs because maybe I never like discovered Sif on my first playthrough, so I needed to get like 3, because you have to get 3 of his soul, so I ended up playing the game 3 more times. But yeah, it is only 3 playthroughs that's required. But yeah, overall, I mean, really, when I think about, like, especially the gameplay, it's not like with Dark Souls 3, they made it a lot quicker and just more intuitive. Like, you know, when you move the control stick and, you know, you roll, for example, that you're going to get the desired result 100% of the time. This one, it's like, you get it 90% of the time, but the times that you don't get it really, really suck, because you end up, you know, rolling off a cliff by accident or falling a very far distance or whatever it is. So there are clunky elements to it, but overall it's still a fantastic game. It's still really well designed, and it's long. It's quite long. I mean, we're gonna like make it quite short now by playing through New Game Plus, but because we're gonna go very quickly. But it is fairly long. Dark Souls 2 and 3 are definitely longer, but it still has a decent amount of length to it. Am I actually going to get to the end of these credits, or is there like the double credits, like the fake? Alright, well, we're about to find out. Let's see. If it's really only like 4 minutes of credits, even that's another reason to love the game. And it looks like it is. Are we back in the beginning? We are. Alright. I don't have, you know, all the time in the world to do this for this episode, but I'm going to try and get as far as I possibly can today. So you'll notice first thing, well, there's a stray demon that we want to fight soon. First thing you'll notice is we're not alive anymore. We're hollowed, or well, we're not human, I should say. We're in hollow form. That is something that happens automatically. When you finish the game, regardless of if you were human before or not, you will always go hollow. there are a few things that are kept when you play New Game Plus. One thing that's very interesting that's kept is you get the Master Key. So remember how I told you to buy the Master Key from... I'm actually going to do this. I actually fought the Asylum demon before, but I'm going to just run through and I'll fight him on the way back. If you fight him, you get the... I think you get the Demon's Great Hammer, but I'm pretty sure we already have that by trading in the sack to the crows. So that's fine. But yeah, you get the Demon's Great Hammer, and then I can't remember where you get the key. Something happens and you get the key. So yeah, don't worry about that. What was, oh, okay. It's him, but it's like, why was he like so bright? Okay, so let's go up here. You do need to still talk to this guy because he gives you, instead of giving you the Estus Flask, he will give you the Undead Asylum F2 East key. Oh, and if you, what is it? If you do kill the Asylum demon when you're going through that door the first time, then Oscar there will give you the big pilgrim key. I think that's how it was. So now, what's extremely important to note is do not take New Game Plus lightly. Well, there's a little bit of an example of how much damage the enemies can do. It doesn't seem like much, but as soon as we get out of the Asylum, you'll see. Alright, well, the Asylum demon is still ridiculously easy, especially because we have our weapon, so he's dead there. And wait a bit now. Yeah, he's still insanely easy because that's just how he's designed to be. We get a whole bunch more souls as well. 12,000? Yeah, what a guess. Do we need to trade anything with Snuggly? I don't believe so, because we just need the Titanite slab. Wait a minute, can you get a Titanite slab from Snuggly? No, you can't. I'm pretty sure you can't. If you could, then I must have, like, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention or something, but I'm pretty sure you can't. So I'm going to be skipping all the cutscenes and everything like that as well. You get to keep your bonfires, so hang on, do I need the souls for anything? I don't think I need the souls for anything else, so I'm going to try and focus on leveling up. So I'm going to pump up my endurance. I'm going to try and hit level 50 first, so I can wear more stuff. So first thing I want to do is change to the Silver Knight Shield, and I believe, no, I cannot do that yet. I am 1 point off. Tower Kite Shield. Can you believe that Tower Kite Shield, like, we're still using it? It's literally the first shield that we picked up and it's still useful. Alright, now here's an example. Now, I can't remember exactly. I think it was 26 damage or something like that. Let me think. I was on 938. Let's say I went down to 912, right? So that's 26 damage that this guy did to me. Now, the attack won't be the same, but let's watch this. Ready? What? What the hell? Game, you're teasing me now. This is insane. He was supposed to do like a third of my health. Let me have a look. Well, he did more than, he did 105. This guy would do a lot of damage. That's not fair, man. That's so annoying. Why does that happen? My whole point was going to be that, like, these guys do an insane amount of extra damage compared to what they did on New Game. But game says no. Alright, it's not a big deal. Alright, so my idea here is going to be to rush through the game as quickly as possible. I'm just going to grab this. It's only a Soul of a Lost Undead, but that'll be a little bit useful. It's going to be to rush through the game as quickly as possible. Oh, I just realized, I don't know if I ever explained the Chaos Servant Covenant reason that we, like the reason that I did that. So if you remember, becoming a member of the Chaos Servant Covenant and ranking it up to +2 allows us to open that door near the Demon Ruins and save Solaire. Now, this time around, we're not going to bother saving Solaire, but opening that door creates a massive shortcut all the way to the Bed of Chaos, which is where we need to go eventually. There's going to be Mr. Dragon here. I'm going to try and get to the bonfire, which is just a little bit further. You can't attack Mr. Dragon, unfortunately. Mr. Dragon. Anyway, he got me. Well, you can still see that they're doing a considerable amount of damage. Okay, there's a better example of damage, but I still think it was like more on my other playthrough, so I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, yeah, we're going to try and get through everything as quickly as possible, which means we are going to be skipping like 99% of the content, but that's just how it's going to be. All I want to do is concentrate on finishing off the platinum. Okay, there's no need to be human at all. We're going to stop here because that's a good 20 minutes. And next time we're just going to get as far into the game as possible. I've got it sort of mostly set up of how exactly I want to do this second playthrough. So we'll work on it more in the next episode and we'll see how far we can get. Alright, so I want to thank you all for watching episode 75 of Let's Platinum Dark Souls Remastered. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.